Welcome to the show, we staying high on the hog, talking Razorback pride through the smokes and the fog, from the hill to the field where the red runs deep, big soy in the crowd, hear the thunderous sleep, basketball courts, football lights on blast, diamond hog swinging, putting legends in the past, it's the natural state where the fans go hard, Arkansas forever, this the Razorback yard.
Alrighty, welcome back to High on the Hog. I'm your host, Sar Dillinger, alongside my dad co-host, John Dillinger. Let me get that set back up for us. And today we got another just super exciting one. Good grief. Look,
technical difficulties.
This podcast will never be professional.
Is our microphones unmuted? Something is not.
It's saying it is. That's that's Landon's microphone. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll never be professionals. I was going to say, we'll get this figured out eventually.
We're going to
we
get
won't.
this smooth. It's going to be like Michael Jackson, a smooth operator.
No.
I mean, we done got a video package opening up with new theme song. Special thanks to Chicken Chimichanga and AI for making that song for us.
And then the video, I don't ever want to steal somebody else's. That was
you gotta give props. That's from the university, wasn't it?
No, it was. I don't remember. I think it was High. It wasn't High on the Hog. That's us. Somebody, appreciate the guy who made that.
We'll have a different one next time.
Yeah, we just wanted to do that real quick because I didn't have. We had a game that we were playing, so I didn't have time to make our own intro. But I'm going to for.
What we gonna talk about
podcast
today?
We got a lot going on today.
Everybody's been fired.
I'm sure everyone has seen we're the last to get this out. But something. If you're not first, you might as well be last and let everybody catch it.
I tried to get him last night to go live. And he was, I don't know what you was doing, but you wasn't wanting to go live on a podcast about the Razorbacks.
Well, who wants to watch a live stream at 12 o'clock in the morning?
It's good that we waited to today at least. I wish we, I wish we could have got it out earlier in the day or yesterday now. Mm-hmm. But it's good that we waited till the news that not only has Sam Pittman been fired, and not only has Bobby Petrino been hired as interim coach, but he went in and just murked everybody.
Yeah, look, I was saying
Monday, Bloody Monday will be remembered.
This is going to go down in Arkansas history right here. I was saying that there's no doubt our podcast has outreach because I guarantee you Bobby Petrino watched our podcast last.
He
had to have, and then was like, you know what, this kid's onto something. Let's just follow his line of thinking.
I said you can only fire one or two. You can't fire fire Pittman and then fire the defensive coordinator. You got to keep him. If you don't fire Pittman, then you fire T. Will. If you fire Pittman, you don't fire T. Will. You said fire everybody. Fire T. Will. Fire DK.
I'd have to go back and watch exactly what I said.
Wives, fire everybody.
Yeah.
And I think Bobby heard you and was like, bet.
He said that kid's right.
Coke Zero.
That kid's right. Let me do it. I'd have to go back and listen to everyone I said, but I know for a fact when I got on my rant, I said fire Sam Pittman, fire Travis Williams, fire the defensive line coach, the linebackers coach, fire their kids, fire everybody. And he did exactly that.
Look, this is from their press conference today.
Yeah.
There is no soul in them eyes.
There's not a single.
That man is a serial killer.
There's no grief in those eyes. There's no pity. No
Jason
empathy.
Voorhees.
He said, "Get them all out."
He come in like the Chainsaw Massacre. He come in like Ted Bundy, and I'm talking about just as like murking everybody.
Oh yeah, look, Hunter Yurachek. He put him in an opportunity. Said, "Oh, you don't know what you just did," because he got rid of everybody. But I'll say this: that's bold to fire the whole defensive staff. I've got a nickname
for him. I'm a Christian, so I won't say it, but it's BBB. And you can figure out what you think that means. But he's bold. That's for sure.
It's bold, but I like it because what it tells me is he has not given up on this season. And he has the tenacity and the fire in him that he wants to do something this season because he knows that this is his interview.
Yeah.
This season is Bobby Petrino's interview and his foot in the door. Whether he is able to get 3 or 4 wins, who knows? But
if he can get 4 wins,
he said
he won the job.
He said basically with today, if I'm gonna not get hired, it's not gonna be because of what you said, Sam Pittman's staff. Yeah. It's gonna be because of my approach to the situation.
He's thankful for the opportunity. He can't believe, and nor can a lot of other people believe, that he has been able to come full circle like this. And what he's saying is, if I don't get this job, it's not going to be because Sam Pittman's poor decisions. It'll be because of mine. It'll be because I didn't get the job done. The defense is atrocious.
Get him out.
Fire everybody. And that's what he did. And it was bold. Bobby Petrino, made a statement, and it says something that Jeff Long, Hunter Yurachek, give him the leverage to do that, the leeway to do that. He is saying, what that says to me is that Hunter is saying, okay, Bobby, if you think you can win this job, I'm not going to hold you back.
Yeah,
I'm going to let you do it. You should. This season's yours. It's bad. It's off to a bad start, anyways. So here, do it.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about Bobby here in a little bit. But, so he comes in. He fires the defensive staff.
Yeah.
What does that do? That opens up, positions, for other people to move up. And I'll be honest with you, I knew of Kobe Smith. I had never heard of Chris Wilson. So when I heard he fired the whole staff, I was like, who was left? And I could only find Nick Perry or somebody like that, the
never heard of him,
secondary coach. And then I was like, I thought,
why would he keep him?
Marcus Woodson was a secondary coach,
yeah.
but Marcus Woodson is the cornerbacks coach.
Oh,
not the secondary coach, which is wild.
I thought he was like the assistant defensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's who you always hear about, Woodson and Deke Adams. And so I guess he got retained, but who he hired was for offensive coordinator. Not really a huge surprise to me. He put Kobe Smith in that position. Do you want to pull up Kobe?
Yeah, I think
you had him loaded up next. So no, that's Chris Wilson.
I don't know what either of them look like. I don't
know. No, so this is Kobe Smith. So Kobe is running back coach.
He looks mean.
He's he's been with Bobby for a long time. I know he was a Louisville grad. I'm pretty sure he played under Bobby like the first time maybe. He coached some in the NFL, I think with maybe the Dolphins.
No, Chris Wilson was with the Eagles. I don't know about Kobe Smith.
No. Well, if you don't know, why are you jumping in and correcting me?
This is the podcast of where we jump in on top of each other and
with absolutely no facts.
And it's all false information.
So Kobe Smith, he coached with Bobby at Western Kentucky. He played in the league. He was a draft pick and played a little bit in the league, coached a little bit in the league. Coached with Bobby running backs at Western Kentucky. Coached with him on his second stint at Louisville. He was a quality control and offensive assistant for the Dolphins.
Quality control?
That's just a position.
Was he sweeping for bugs?
He's just been with Bobby. Bobby knows him. Bobby trusts him. Bobby likes him. He's not going to be the one calling plays. He's going to be the one just keep making sure the guys are going in. They're supposed to go in, the packages. He'll be helping Bobby some a little bit. He may be I don't know if he'll be up in the booth now because Bobby's definitely going to be on the field. He'll maybe Bobby's eye in the sky. They'll be talking back and forth. A lot of rapport there, a lot of trust. Defensive coordinator is the one I didn't know about. He hired Chris Wilson as the defensive coordinator, who I believe was on the staff as a defensive analyst, best I could tell. But he does have a lot of experience. He's got a lot of experience in being a defensive coordinator. He had a stint with the Houston Roughnecks in the UFL, which was one of my favorite XFL teams.
Yeah.
Had a stint with maybe a Houston team in the USFL as a defensive coordinator. He was on the Philadelphia Eagles staff that won the Super Bowl. He was a defensive line coach, I believe, or some sort of defensive assistant. Maybe I've got that in some of the notes. Defensive line coach for the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. Former defensive coordinator at Colorado for 21 and 22, and he was a defensive assistant, defensive line coach for Mississippi State. Bobby talked about that in the press conference back there. I think it was under Dan Mullen's Mississippi State teams where they had a real vicious D-line and all that, and Bobby talked about how he learned of him then, grew to respect him. And so he's going to be calling the defense, and to me, that's just wild. It's just wild that he fired an entire defensive staff and that the
analyst
and that they're going to start from scratch. Basically, it's amazing. It's a good thing they've got the bye week.
Yeah,
because
you're gonna have to figure a lot of things out.
Yeah, but
weeks.
He said they're going to strip it down, figure out. He doesn't even know what base defense, which means of course, I know you know this, but he's not saying we're going to run a 3-4, a 4-4, 4-3. We don't know what we're going to run yet. We're going to pick a base defense this week, and then we're going to simplify things, and we're going to try. And I thought it was very telling that Bobby talked about in the, when he's asked about what are they going to do to help the defense, and he's basically just said we're going to teach them to play fundamental football. He talked about
teach them how to tackle.
Tackling, right? Yeah. No, he talked about getting in your stance. Probably.
Yes, yeah.
Learning how to form tackle, going gang tackling, running to the ball on every play.
Just maximum effort. That was what got Pittman fired the most, in my opinion, is there was no effort. It's not like they were halfway. No, they weren't running to the football. They weren't jumping off the sideline, going to their position. They were just slugging around and just hope they can get through the game. No one gave effort. That's not going to fly under Bobby Petrino.
No,
you're going to get off the team real quick if you're not going to play hard.
So everybody, we didn't do our whole Love Fest for Sam deal, and which means I didn't get to cut him, but that's okay because I'm not really wanting to cut him. I'm just saying, sayonara, okay? Sam, it didn't work out, okay. And why it didn't work out is because Sam was too laid back, too easygoing. And that kind of laid back, I mean, he don't look like the type of guy that's going to
cut into you,
run up and down the field hard either. You know what I'm saying? And you say, well, he was a lineman. He's built like a lineman, but there's never no fire in him. At least on the sidelines. I don't know what he was like in practice. Don't know what he was like in halftime. I imagine he wasn't a whole lot different though. I'm sure he was more.
I'm glad you mentioned that because. Now, Dad's a D1 Sam Pittman hater, apparently. I found that out today. I meant to do this before. We filmed this already.
Yeah, this is
again.
Test 2 again.
Again, we filmed it, and there was no audio. So
and look here,
we're back.
These things are saying that there's audio. If there's not,
there is.
High on the Hogs ain't doing a breakdown of the coaching stuff. This is the last time I'm doing this.
Yeah. So before the first thing I did when we started the podcast is what I'm going to do now, but a little shorter. Thank you, Sam Pittman. Okay, he wasn't meant to stay here for 6 years. He was meant to do exactly what he did. Come in after Chad Morris.
Should have fired him after 4.
They should have. He shouldn't have got fired. They should have. He came in after Chad Morris. Nobody wanted the job, so I really appreciate Sam Pittman. You go 4-8 because Auburn cheated, and then 9-4.
Great.
9-4. All right, you stepped it up. That's great. Keep going because you went 9-4. What can you do next year? Was it 4-7 or was it?
No, he had it.
And then 7-4. 7-6. You see the step back. Retire. You did your job. You did exactly what we wanted you to do.
But he
come in, change the program.
He had a lot of money left in his contract.
You did exactly what you should have done.
Good old boy.
And
Sam.
so I hate that he got fired, and now a lot of people's against him. He's a great person, and I hope him and his wife, his bride, retire happy. If
they
that's
should.
What he
they
wants
got
to
$40
do.
million to
and
do a subpar
live
job.
on Lake Hamilton. Do what you need to do. Have fun. Enjoy your life. Thank you, Sam Pittman.
He'll be somewhere else. So I don't want to hear all
think he
that.
does. I don't think he wants to.
Well, if he
now,
don't, that's good.
LSU was talking about wanting him. Their fans. Georgia's talking about wanting him. But I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to coach anymore.
Whatever.
I think he's done. I think he's got $40 million.
I just don't believe all that stuff.
And a wife that he loves.
Because here's what happened when he come in. He had the same agent his whole life. It was some woman. It was a friend. She was a lawyer or an accountant or something. And he come in with his first contract with us, and he just took what he could get because he didn't deserve the job, and he knew it. But he got it, and then all of a sudden he had that 9-4 season, and he took the pictures of him sitting on the throne with the trophies and all that. And then he hires Jimmy Sexton as his agent. And
I know he did that.
Then he got a huge contract with a huge buyout, and he didn't want a buyout before. Now all of a sudden he wants a buyout, and you know, you have to. I don't really want that buyout, but Jimmy's my agent. He says we have to have it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling you, Sam is a good man, I'm sure, and he's a nice guy and whatever. But he was in it for the money and as much as he should be. But I'm just sick of hearing all that good old Sam stuff.
Well, I don't believe you.
What?
I think you're wrong. I don't think he was in it for the money.
Okay,
I think he was in it for the love of the state and for the love of the Hogs.
I don't want to ruin that for you. I don't want to be the person that extinguishes
like I said, he's a D1 Sam Pittman hater.
I'm just a realist. I'm not.
You're not a realist.
I think
that's just
Sam
being hateful.
come and got his bag, and more power to you, Sam. But it's time to hit the road and let's fix this thing.
Time to lock him up.
He took us for 2 extra years. We should have fired him after the 4-7 season.
He should have retired at 7.
Yeah, but he wasn't going to. He had a lot of money left on that contract and a lot of old cold beers to buy.
Yeah,
and so,
but all right, so let's get off of that.
He's got.
Because you're bringing everybody down. You're making them all sad. They're like, dang, now we got to watch a different podcast. Didn't know we were watching.
Well, here's the deal.
I Hate Sam Pittman podcast.
With the coach we got now, we don't have to start every podcast by saying how nice of a guy he is. Because Bobby Petrino was an axe murderer.
Yeah, he's not that nice of a person. Yeah, so it's gonna be the complete. Before it's like
this guy
looks
like a nice guy.
That
Chris
dude,
Wilson
he looks like a high school, middle school teacher.
I mean, he looks like like your high school.
Yeah,
but
yeah, Sam Pittman's thing was you have to say how nice he is, and then here's the reason. Now it's you just talk about a good coach because you ain't talking about a good person.
Yeah, with Bobby, we'll just be able to talk about wins or losses.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm not saying he's not a good person. I want to throw that out there.
Bobby?
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not a good person.
Bobby's redeemed. I believe Bobby has redeemed himself. I think he showed true remorse.
Yes.
After,
especially at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, before he got the job, you could tell.
To redeem himself, and now he wants the job.
Yeah,
and he's going to fight with everything he has.
He's going to fire everybody to get there.
Yeah.
He don't care.
So it's going to be interesting to see. This is going to be probably a long coaching search. I mean, a lot longer than normal.
Oh yeah, you won't see a hire until after December.
Yeah, I mean,
make no mistake, it's going to be long.
If you do see a hire before then, it'll either be Bobby Petrino or
it'll be Bobby Petrino.
Somebody that's not a head coach at a college right now.
Hunter Yurachek, unless it's like Urban Meyer or
Nick
Saban. If Hunter Yurachek hires another unproven coach, he will not be the AD for 2 more seconds after.
Mike Irwin's still saying he don't believe that Hunter Yurachek's going to make this hire. I think he's going to. It looks to me like
he's going to make the hire. I don't know who Mike Irwin is. That the Pig Trail Nation guy?
Yeah.
He's wrong. Hunter Yurachek's going to make the hire.
Well, Mike Irwin is a long time, reporter here in the state of Arkansas, and he's got real good connections.
He does. He does, but he's wrong.
He is adamant that he's not going to make the hire.
Hunter Yurachek,
but he's not always right either. So.
Yeah, Hunter Yurachek, he met with the board and everything. I think he's going to make it. I think they're behind him for one last time, but I think if he goes for someone who's unproven, it will be, in my opinion. Maybe not, though. Maybe it works out. Maybe it's Coach Petrino and we win 12 national championships.
I hope whoever he hires, it works out fantastic.
Yes, I agree.
I do care who it is, but whoever he hires, I hope it is the greatest hire of all time.
Absolutely. So, all right.
Well, let's. Do you want to go ahead? I mean, I've got a hot board. I've got a 10.
He didn't let me know he was doing this before, so we're going off his board, and then I added like 3 coaches that I would also like to see on top of that.
So let's get into it. This is my hot board, and it's going to be similar to other ones that are out there. But I promise you, this isn't a cut and paste type of deal. But we're going to start with the guy who is sitting in the seat right now. Bobby Petrino is where you need to start because he is the man that has the keys, okay? It is his job to win or lose, okay? Hunter Yurachek has trusted him with the interim job. He's given him the power to hire and fire.
Absolutely.
So that tells me that Bobby Petrino's calling the shots. And here's what I think. I think if Bobby Petrino, this is his audition, as you said. If Bobby Petrino wins, he's got 7 games over 9 weeks. If he wins 3 ball games, goes 3 and 4, I think he's got a shot. If he wins 4, I think it's a lock.
Yeah.
If he wins 4, that means we would go bowling, and for this team to turn around, and that also means that of that 4, you probably beat Auburn and Mississippi State, which, that's not going to shock anybody.
Yeah.
But that means that you also beat either Texas, LSU,
Missouri.
No, you beat 2 of either Texas, LSU, Missouri, or Tennessee, or who's the other one that I'm leaving out?
A&M.
We ain't played A&M yet. Yeah,
They're after Tennessee.
So that means you beat 2
good teams,
top teams, top tier teams, or at least half.
Yeah, other than Missouri, but
I mean they're dog trash.
I mean just water. But and before we continue with that, Hunter Yurachek made it clear that he said it's unfair to hold Petrino to a wins and losses statistic because it's not possible to win out the schedule. Obviously, everybody knows that it's not gonna happen. So what he and what I am on board with is we're going to look at, is there maximum effort? Is there the fundamentals? Are they tackling how they're supposed to be? Is Taylon Green making good reads? Is there maximum effort on both sides of the ball for 4 quarters? That's the number one thing you need to look for. Has the team bought into Coach Petrino?
That's a great point. That's where I was going to go.
Yep.
I'm glad you said it, so it's not always me making the banger, points.
I didn't mean to step on your toes there.
You come in with the just killing everybody's stuff. But you're exactly right. The key is going to be, can he win over the locker room now? Offensive side, the offensive half, he probably has them.
They should be fine.
He's their guy.
He hasn't fired no one on offense.
Can he
to my
win over
knowledge.
the defensive players to the point that they understand they're auditioning too? Hey, maybe you don't want to be a Hog next year because you was a Sam Pittman man and you was a Travis Williams man. But guess what? The transfer portal's open, but what are you going to do? Jump in it and not go nowhere, or go somewhere and not play? I mean, you're going to look like a quitter. You're going to look like a quitter and a sour grapes. You're going to look like a little baby and not a grown man.
Yeah.
So you're auditioning. Even if you don't want to be a Hog, you need to play your rear end off the rest of this season.
Yeah.
Especially if you're an upperclassman, you need to be putting some good tape down so the NFL scouts are seeing you. If you are going to stay in college, you want to go to a
good team.
Yeah,
you don't want to go
team to go. Hey,
you don't want to go from Arkansas to Tulsa. You want to go play for another good team. Right. So you better play your heart out.
So I'm anxious to see if Bobby can win over. And Bobby's not the biggest people person, but
obviously,
but he is the kind of man that I do believe demands respect. And so if there is some maturity.
I mean, that's that's a murderer's look right there. He's staring into your soul.
If there's any maturity on that defensive side, if they can pull up the maturity in them, they should realize that they have a good opportunity here.
I thought it was maturity.
You want to go to number 2?
My bad. Yeah, sure. Who's number 2?
So number 2, I'm going with, and I'll say, all right. Let me ask you this before we move off of Bobby.
Okay.
Give me a percentage-wise, what do you think the likelihood of him being the head coach next year full-time is?
If Sawyer Dillinger was the director of athletics, it would be 100%, and it would be in 5 seconds. I would be like, hey, go ahead. But
he's your number one guy?
He's my number one guy because Bobby Petrino is the only time I've ever seen the Hogs be good in my lifetime. I mean, I know you're really old, so you might have seen them before, but All I've seen is this.
I saw some good teams under Houston.
My number one.
Saw some terrible teams under Danny Ford when I first got into
John
football.
L. Smith. So,
John L. Smith was awful.
Yeah.
Danny Ford was dude that won the national championship at Clemson, and then we hired him away. Speaking of, is that guy going to be on our list? We'll see in a minute. Talking about Dabo.
Mm-hmm.
Tusk talked with Ty. So Ty said something on his podcast today that struck me. And what he said was 2011 Bobby Petrino was not the guy that's on the sideline this year. This is 2025 Bobby Petrino. What does that mean? We don't know. But we do know this is not 2011 Bobby Petrino.
No, you grow.
He may be better. He may be worse.
Years.
But he's definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
This isn't 2011 Tyler Wilson slinging the, Ryan Mallett and Joe Adams and all that. This is a different Bobby Petrino.
Colby Hamilton. Throw him in there. Yeah. I agree with that. But to answer your question, realistically, I'm thinking he's got a shot. I'd say like 55 to 65% chance.
I think that's perfect. I think it's 50-50 him or the field.
Yep.
Yeah. It may be 49 him, 51 the field, though. But I think he has a really good shot. Again, I think with Bobby, and I know Hunter said it wasn't going to be this way, I think he's going to be measured strictly by wins and losses. If he comes in and wins 4 ball games, and they go bowling,
that'd be crazy.
And then they wind up winning the bowl game and go 7-6, how could you not give him? And if he don't get it and he does that, what a beautiful swan song for Bobby Petrino to come back and I'm talking about he could get on his Harley with his wife on the back of it and ride off into the sunset, and that'd be a beautiful swan song if we hired somebody else. I hope if we hire somebody else, I hope that he does do that. I hope that he wins, takes us bowling and gets to ride off because I really, really like him.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of my all-time favorite coaches.
Yeah, I mean, obviously my favorite.
I think he's probably my number one. Him and Nutt. And I had a big affinity for Houston Nutt. I wish things would have ended better with him.
I hate Houston Nutt. Can I say that? Because I hate Ole Miss, and he went to Ole Miss. I hate Ole Miss more than anything. Like I know I talk about Missouri all the time, but it's just because it's so easy to make their fan base mad. I don't care about Missouri. Nobody really does, but I do care about Ole Miss because I absolutely hate them.
They live rent-free in Kansas minds all the time, and Kansas lives rent-free in their mind, and that's just funny.
That's so sad.
Is so sad. Be like being mad at Iowa
LA Tech. I mean.
All right.
Number 2.
So my number 2 is another I would say Bobby Petrino is a controversial pick. Would you at least agree with that?
For sure. A lot of people don't want him to come back.
Because of the way he ended his first stint here. I think this is another controversial pick, and my number 2 guy is going to be the offensive coordinator at FSU, Gus Malzahn. And the only offensive or defensive coordinator on my list. But, of course, he's a former head coach, started his career with the Razorbacks, at least in college. I remember him when he was roaming a sideline for the Hughes Blue Devils, and Truman and Hughes was playing back in the old days. He left there, went to, I think, Shiloh Christian, then to Springdale, and then from there on up to offensive coordinator for the Hogs. That didn't work out. It was kind of, he was forced upon Houston Nutt by Frank Broyles. There was, I don't know which boosters it was that was all behind him, but they were kind of had a plan that Houston would take over for Frank and Gus would take over for Houston, and that was just doomed from beginning. But he brought with him some tremendous players from Springdale, Mitch Mustang, Damon Williams. There was a big offensive lineman, I believe, and some, tight end. I can't remember the tight end's name. But he brought some blue chip athletes with him. Didn't work out. He wound up leaving and going to like Tulsa, and then he was offensive coordinator at Auburn, won a national championship, went to Arkansas State as a head coach for 1 year, then winds up going back to Auburn, and where else he been?
Uses us for $100 million.
And during that trip, that all those stints, he uses the flirts with the Arkansas Razorback job to get, again, through Jimmy Sexton, raise after raise, and
Jimmy Sexton's got to be a billionaire from how much money he has made these
Jimmy
coaches.
Sexton is probably right under Jeff Bezos as the richest man in the world now. But Gus used us. He abused us over and over again and left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. But here's the difference. Every time we were trying to hire him as our head coach, he was a sitting head coach somewhere, typically Auburn. This time he's not. He's offensive coordinator at FSU. He's only been there a year. There's a lot of folks that saying that he is past his prime. I saw a national pundit today say he needs to stay as offensive coordinator. He don't have anything to offer as a head coach anymore. And one thing I know about Gus is he believes in himself. Mm-hmm. He's not short of confidence.
No.
And I don't think that kind of talk sits well with him. I think he will want to be a head coach again. And if it's not going to be at Arkansas, then it's probably going to be at Oklahoma State. He ain't going to get the Auburn job if it opens up. I doubt he gets the Florida job, although he would make a lot of sense because he's been at UCF and he's been at FSU, so he's got a lot of, And here's the thing about Gus Malzahn is he can recruit. And he used to kick our tail in recruiting. And, I mean, we'd have there was a quarterback, Josh Frazier, I believe was his name, that was stud out of Arkansas, and number one player in the state comes in and gets him. And there was a big offensive lineman, number one player in the state comes in and gets him. Michael Dyer, number one player in the state, comes in, and they're all going to Gus at Auburn. And he was I'm not saying I want him to be hired, but I think he will be a real player in this coaching search.
He would definitely do what a lot of the Arkansas people want, and that's to recruit the state. He would immediately be able to recruit the top players are going to go to Auburn,
very attractive
go to Arkansas if Gus Malzahn is the head coach, because he knows the area, he knows the state, and he knows how to get them to go with him.
Yeah. So that's very attractive.
That's his best trait.
I'm not
coming here.
I'm not like pushing. I'm not on the Gus bus. But if we wind up hiring Gus Malzahn,
I wouldn't hate it.
I'm not going to hate it. I think it's probably 5 years too late, but now's the time. So let's see what he can do. Mm-hmm. But I think we could do a lot. We could do a lot better, but we could also do a whole lot worse than Gus Malzahn. So.
We have done a whole lot worse.
Now let's get into the not controversial ones, the ones that everybody's throwing around, and the ones that I also would like to see, and I'll kind of tell you if I think we got a shot at him or not. Number 3, let's go to the Arkansas boy. He is a Gus Malzahn man. His name is Rhett Lashley. You've heard his name on everybody. Every podcast right now is talking about the Arkansas job. The first name they're mentioning is Rhett Lashley. I don't really need to say a whole lot. He's at SMU. Mm-hmm. He's an Arkansas graduate. He was a graduate assistant on staff here. He's a Gus Malzahn acolyte. He was Gus's offensive coordinator at different places, Auburn being one of those places. Took the SMU job over for, I believe, Sonny Dykes. Sonny had it going in the right direction. He's got it going in the right direction. Got all the money in the world, blah, 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 blah. Here's what makes him a real player. Jerry Jones wants him to be our coach.
Is that known?
That's known. He is Jerry Jones's pick.
Okay.
Jerry Jones.
That holds a lot of weight.
That holds a lot of weight. Now, here's the problem. The last time Jerry Jones got very involved in Arkansas coaching search, he wanted the head coach at SMU. That guy's name, Chad Morris.
I was not aware of that.
Now, do I think that Rhett Lashley in any circumstance resembles Chad Morris? No.
I hope not.
He would do a lot.
You can't do worse.
You know what? I kind of feel bad for Chad Morris. It's not he deserved being fired, but golly, that guy, he is mentioned by and I'm not talking about just local Arkansas people, but his name is a byword on, from Stephen A. Smith and from Paul Feinbaum.
Yeah.
And
he's known nationally for the wrong
Greenberg
reasons.
It's like, and the worst coach in history at any SEC program, Chad Morris. You can't do worse than Chad Morris.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say Chad Smith?
I don't know.
I feel like I might have. He was the drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Anyways, Chad Morris. No.
Can't do worse than Chad Morris.
Rhett Lashley's a top coach. He would excite the fan base.
I would be excited for that hire.
I think he's going to be.
If not Bobby, this is my number 2.
I think he's going to be one of the most expensive guys for us to get. You're going to have to pay this guy probably $9 to $10 million a year, and I don't know that he's worth that. That's Nick Saban, Kirby Smart kind of money. Do you pay Rhett Lashley that kind of money? If you want him, you probably have to. I don't think he makes that there, but to get him away from there, that's what they're saying it's going to take.
They're a private school, ain't they?
They don't report.
So they
People
don't
just have to guess.
Approximately in November, he had a significant extension reported to be over $4 million a year. That's not.
But nobody knows if that's true or not. But again,
that doesn't impress me.
No, but again, they're saying. In order to get him, you're going to have to pay north of $9.
I don't, not that high. That's crazy. If you're going to get him away, I'd say he'd leave for $7.
I don't know.
To Arkansas over SMU.
It depends. I don't know. What does he think? Paul Feinbaum reported that he was in the SEC media days that he was trying to get the job, so that could bode well for us. Or he could use us to get a raise at SMU too.
I was going to say what I have always said is, well, why would he not? Because he's from Arkansas. But thinking just now in the moment, well, so was Gus Malzahn. So was
Eli Drinkowitz.
Bryant DeBoer, not Bryant DeBoer, Paul Bear Bryant.
There's so many good ones.
Yeah.
Butch Davis. The
Houston Nutt left, so technically we're going to count that too. He left.
Yeah. What's the guy from? It was at Ole Miss and then was at Auburn, and now he's like a senator from Alabama.
Tommy Tuberville?
Tommy Tuberville. He's from Arkansas.
I didn't know that.
There's so many good coaches that are from Arkansas that
don't coach at Arkansas.
Just never come to Arkansas.
So being from the state obviously does not matter, but I do think he actually does like the Hogs. I think it's very an attractive position for him. He'd be closer to his family. And Arkansas, you can say what you want about SMU's in Dallas. They've got all the money in the world. Yeah, but and you got an easier path to the playoff. If you're a competitor, you don't want the easiest route. You want to go play the top competitive league. You want to get the SEC is the echelon of college football.
If I was sitting in Dallas, Texas at a
you got to deal with the high city.
They have the
popular city crime, traffic.
They've got all
Dallas
the
is
money
ugly
in the world.
Texas sucks.
They've got great facilities. He has no pressure because his league is so bad. He knows he's going to finish in the top 2 or 3 of that league, and if you can come out of that schedule with only 2 losses, you're going to be in the college football playoff. It'd be hard for me to leave there to go to a lower program in the SEC where you're going to get murdered every week, and if you come out of that thing 8-4,
if you go into the job thinking that Arkansas is top 5 SEC program, we ain't gonna say otherwise.
All right, let's go on to the next guy. This is the guy that I think would be probably my favorite, and I don't know if we can get him, but it's number 5 is Kurt Cignetti from Indiana. And he's just done such a good job at Indiana. He's done a good job everywhere he's been. Looking at him, though, let's think what he looks like. He looks like a shady accountant.
Yep.
He looks like the world's best shoe salesman.
Okay. Anything else?
He kind of looks like the rapping for Jesus guy. I had you pull up a picture of that. Now pull him up. Oh, you should have done side by side, but pull him up.
That's what we'll do.
Can you just drag it up there?
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Oh, they're not even seeing what you're doing over there, are they?
No. This is the Rapping for Jesus guy.
Well, hold on. That's not a good side by side. Why can't you pull a picture up? You saved it, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Technical difficulties. We gonna figure this out together.
Or just go over to it. I mean, they can see his face. There, look at that.
Here we go. There we go.
Gotta be his dad.
There we go. I can see the resemblance.
So
hey, Jesus Christ is both their friends, I'm sure.
He's their friend.
He's their friend.
He's a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Kirk
Amen.
Signetti may not look like the most intimidating guy in the world, but he is a straight up great coach. Trey Biddy said he don't think we can get him. He's not even on Trey's top 20 list. He said we should have hired him when he was at James Madison. And Arkansas seems to not – it's like when we try to get those up-and-comers, we get the wrong ones. We get the Stan Heaths of the world. We wind up with the John Pelfreys of the world. These are basketball coaches. We wind up with the Chad Morrises of the world. This next guy is not one of those. This next guy is a guy like Kirk Signetti. He's not been hired to the big dance yet, but he's going to very soon. And his name is John Sumrall, the head coach at Tulane. And this guy's he's got ice in his blood. He's a go-getter. He's a tough guy, a defensive-minded guy. He was great at Troy. I mean, built that program. Troy's always had, been pretty good anyways, but, I mean, they had like back-to-back 12-win seasons or something pretty close, maybe a 12-11 at Troy, won a couple conference championships there, got the job at Tulane. He's got them rolling. If we don't hire him, Auburn will or Florida will. Maybe not because Florida took that chance on Billy Napier, but really hiring John Sumrall from Troy would have been like hiring Billy Napier. He's proven Tulane is a step up. I think Florida could hire him. So if we don't hire him, we're going to have to coach against him, and he's a killer, man. I think he's going to be a really good head coach for the next 15, 20 years. You got any thoughts on him?
I don't know nothing about him.
Didn't know much about him.
Yeah, I didn't know much about him other than that he'd been at Troy. Troy's not a good program. He's at Tulane. Tulane's not a good program. But all you can do is coach where you're at and coach in the conference that you're at.
The Southeastern Conference.
That's the Citadel and Swanee.
And Tulane. And Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech, yeah. I didn't know Tulane was, but yeah. But again, like I was saying, all you can do is coach where you're at and coach in the conference and prove that you're good there. So, I mean, he ain't got the shot yet, so how could he? So, I'm not saying that would be a good hire.
I mean, compared to Kirk Signetti, he looks like a killer.
He looks like he's pretty mean. He looks like he's – defensive coaches, I like a defensive coach as a head coach because they are the more aggressive. I'm going to rip your jugular out and you're going to deal with it kind of people.
Well, on the flip side of that, a guy just like him, but on the other side of the ball, offensive side of the ball, is USF's Alex Golish. You're going to see him on a lot of everybody else's hot boards.
Never seen this guy before, but that is Tim the Tap Man. That is that's a streamer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. That's
you need
that
to
guy.
Check this guy out. I mean, he talks smack in press conferences and
let's hire him then because that's what I want.
I'm talking about he's like, we went out there and whipped their whats and this and that, and I mean, yeah, the kids are probably gonna like him, and he likes to put up the points. I mean, he wants to
let's sign him on today,
everybody. So,
I want to score 100 points, break your spirit, and then spit in your face and tell you I broke your spirit and crushed you.
He's done a fantastic job at South Florida too, picking them up, when they were kind of down. And
USF needs to be in the top 25 if they're not.
I mean,
who else has their resume?
Yeah, they're giant killers. So he's one to look at and look for, and I think he's saying he comes across as more of a Big Ten guy to me, but I don't know anything about his background or anything. He just looking at him.
He looks like he parties.
I think he may be foreign too. I think he's like some type of Slavic or Russian.
He looks Irish.
He's a Russian.
He's Russian?
I think
Golish.
he's a Russian.
Golish sounds Russian, but I don't know.
Anyways, so he's one to look for. Now, let's get into those. So, Signetti to some extent, Summerall and Golish. Those are three players. Again, Signetti I'm not sure about. I would just really like to be able to get him. But Summerall and Golish, Rhett Lashley, those are the young up-and-coming guys that are really going to be looked at. Now let's get into some of the older guys, some of the older head coaches. Next on my list is surprising to me, and I think everyone else in the country outside of Las Vegas, and probably even half of them, Dan Mullen is the head coach at UNLV now.
I had no idea he was a head coach. I thought he was a Fox News analyst or something.
And guess what their record is after 4 games?
0-4.
They're 4-0.
Really?
Yeah.
At UNLV.
So he's got them going.
I had to pull a goofy picture up of him. I couldn't put him into UNLV. I had to get him smiling big here in the dogs.
But listen, I know Dan Mullen. For some reason, people are kind of down on Dan Mullen. Maybe because he was fired from 2 different SEC jobs. But, hey, who hasn't been? Other than Nick Saban, who hasn't got fired from their SEC job?
Kirby Smart.
Nope. Well, not yet.
Josh
and he
Heupel.
probably won't be. But, I mean, Josh Heupel's not been there longer to let his cup of coffee get cool. I'm talking about.
Ain't he been around the same time as Pittman?
Long time. No, Pruitt was there when Pittman was there coming in. I'm talking about long time coaches. They all get fired. He had Mississippi State playing top SEC football. Had Dak Prescott. I'm talking about had some ballers down there. Had a defense at Mississippi State that was formidable, you know. Went to Florida. Had some good teams there. Only really had one bad season and they fired him. Why he got such a short lease and they've kept Billy Napier this long, I have no idea. I mean,
good question.
But I don't think – I think we could do worse than Dan Mullen. I understand. Here's the problem, though. Do you hire Dan Mullen over Bobby Petrino?
Not my opinion.
You know, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, would you tell Bobby Petrino no and go hire Dan Mullen? It's like, well, why? What's your – justify that. Maybe if he goes 11 or 12-0 or 11-1 or 10-2 at UNLV, then maybe, okay – he's showing that as a head coach, he's still got it. But if not, I don't see how you justify that. Let's go to some groomers on this next one here. The guy that gets brought up.
Where's this going?
Every time there's Gruden rumors. Groomers. Chucky himself, John Gruden.
Sorry, some of these pictures are blurry. When they're not fit in the frame, they spread out and the pixels mess up. But
that's, low-key, low budget right there.
This is the low-budget Hound of Hogs podcast.
Come on, dude. But is John Gruden a legitimate
I'm not on this board. A lot of people, a lot of fans of the Hogs are on this John Gruden train. I'm not someone who likes to mix NFL and college coaches and intertwine the two. Because it doesn't work out often.
Have you heard of a fella by the name of Peyton Hillis?
I have. That's a great Arkansas running back right there.
This is his number 1 pick.
Good Lord.
Number 1 pick right here.
Peyton Hillis.
Peyton Hillis, yeah. John Gruden has
Peyton Hillis, he was a Madden cover, wasn't he?
Yeah. Hero Peyton Hillis. Saved some, I think maybe his children or saved some children from drowning.
A lot of that going on in Arkansas.
Listen. If Peyton Hillis hadn't have been a Razorback on the same team with Darren McFadden and Felix Jones, he would be revered the way Darren McFadden is revered.
Yeah.
He just happened to be the 3rd best running back on
the greatest
backfield in the history of college football.
Yeah. That's insane to say that Peyton Hillis was the 3rd best running back when Peyton Hillis was the Madden cover
and Peyton
because
Hillis
of how great
was
he was.
he was Darren McFadden was athlete 1. Peyton Hillis, I'm going to say was 1A, but, man, that dude was versatile. He couldn't throw it. D-Mac could throw it. But, man, he could truck you. Yeah. And he could catch the ball. He had great hands. I mean, he could have played tight end probably in the NFL, alongside with running back. But Peyton Hillis said John Gruden's his number 1 pick. John Gruden has been rumored for the head coaching job every time it's opened up since Houston Nutt left. The problem was John Gruden was never serious about it. Now I feel like roles have flipped, and John Gruden's serious about it, and maybe the University of Arkansas is thinking, well, that's probably past your prime. You've not coached in a long time. Never coached in the college ranks, you know.
Brett Favre went on Facebook today to push this. He was talking about he thought it'd be a good fit and that both Gruden and Arkansas would benefit great from coming together.
That's wild, Brett Favre. So I don't know. I think if John Gruden is hired, it's just kind of a flashy, and this seems to be what Arkansas does. Instead of going and getting a good young coach and taking a risk, a proven head coach like John Summerall, they would hire John Gruden. But, I mean, if they hire John Gruden, look, I'm sure I'll be excited. All of that stuff will flee all the reason will leave me, and I'll be like, oh, my God.
John Gruden?
John Gruden, you know. So,
2-time Super Bowl? Is it 1 or 2?
I think he won at
I know
Oakland
for sure one at Oakland.
Tampa Bay, yeah. So, anyways, let's go to another former head coach, and this is the newest former head coach, the magic mullet himself, Mike Gundy. Look at that mullet.
You can say a lot of things.
Full-grown man.
You can say a lot of things about Mike Gundy. You can call him everything you want to. That man's got a head of hair on him. I mean, look at that. That's majestic right there.
He's rocking the brown hair with the gray beard. What is that about? That's a bold
He's
statement.
doing whatever he wants to. That's a grown man.
He is a full-grown man. He's 40.
He's 40. Full-grown 40.
Plus like 18 or 20. But anyways, Mike Gundy, I haven't heard anybody else talking about him, but let me tell you something. Mike Gundy coached Oklahoma State for 21 years, only had 2 losing seasons, his first and his last. In the middle of all that, it was just winter after winter after winter, exciting offense. They always put up a bunch of points, had like 8 or 9 double-digit win seasons. Oklahoma State is probably similar to Arkansas as far as, the level of program that they are. I think you could, I don't think we're going to hire Mike Gundy, and I'm not even pushing that we do. But if we did, I think we got a good football coach. So you could do worse.
170 and 90 all time at the University of Oklahoma State.
Yeah. The only
12
knock
and 6
is,
in bowls.
has he lost it? Has he lost it? And that's what obviously Oklahoma State was thinking. Yeah, he's lost it. He's lost a step. Maybe he's out of step with the NIL stuff. He's more old school, one of the longest tenured. In fact, he was the second longest tenured coach in college football, only behind Kirk Ferentz at Iowa, who has been there since like the 40s. And Mike Gundy was the second longest tenured coach.
And I'll say that, or this rather, when you are at the same place for 20 years, it's hard not to get complacent. So a change of scenery might be what he needs.
Might be good for him.
It might be good for him.
Might be good for both.
Especially now he's
But
like,
man,
so you don't think I can do it?
Yeah,
well,
might
let me
fire
go.
him up.
Let me go prove it that I can. He may go take another Big 12 job just to go run Oklahoma State into the ground every time he plays
He's the kind of guy that would do that too. He's got He's a fiery guy, and I like that. I like that about him. The press conferences would be fun.
I could get on board with that hire.
Really?
I could.
He's one that
I wouldn't take him over Bobby Petrino, but if Bobby Petrino if it's shown this season that he's not the Bobby Petrino
all
of years
of these
past,
are going to be if Bobby Petrino only wins 2 games.
Yeah.
Again, I think
if he wins 2 games, I don't think absolutely not. It just depends on how we played in the games that he lost.
Yeah, okay. And that's what Hunter Yurachek said, and I think Hunter Yurachek was lying. I think he's going to be judged on winning these games. So, all right, last one on my list, top 10. We're going for another retired coach. And this one is one that would be a shock. It'd be a surprise. It would get people talking. We talking about down there in Louisiana, down there on the bayou.
Say his name.
He down there on the bayou.
Talk about him.
Just suntanning on the South Beach down there, looking at all the women and just eating a pierogi and just having a good time.
Come on,
down there
want to hear it.
Coach O.
Oh, there he is, eating his Raising Cane's.
He's eating slaw.
That's the worst thing at Raising Cane's is their slaw. That's the only thing you're like, I'd rather not.
No, when I tell him hold the slaw and give me 2 toasts.
Give me an extra toast. Give me an extra cane sauce. But no, not Ed Orgeron.
That
dude is eating coleslaw off a plastic fork.
Eating the coleslaw. But hey, I mean, he got the purple tiger behind him there.
Oh yeah.
Got that purple Raising Cane's shirt on. I mean, the fact that he got fired at LSU,
wild.
It was crazy to me. I mean, the man won a national championship, then
and
had
the
a bad
year,
and then they fired him. That was crazy.
Or the year after.
LSU's like that, though. LSU,
they're like Auburn.
They think they're Alabama. They think
them and Auburn.
I mean, Les Miles won. Did he win 1 or 2 national championships, and they fired him? And look here, Les Miles was insane. I admit it. He was the Mad Hatter. He wore his hat stuck up off of his head like this. He said the craziest stuff in press conferences. He may have been a little bit stupid, but he won
2.
He won players over, parents over, and he won national championships, and they fired him. I don't know what's going on at LSU. They offered a man here $17 million to go sit on the deck. He said, which door you want me to walk out of?
That's exactly what he did. That's one of my favorite stories from a former head coach. He said, I was sitting in my office. They walked in. They was like, well, Coach O, we're going to have to let you go. But you're going to get the whole contract. We're going to give you $17 million. He said, which door you want me to walk out of? I'll take the money and I'll go sit me on the beach.
You got to put more bass in it. You got a lot more bass in that voice like this right here.
I would hire Coach O, not even to be a coach, but just to be an ambassador for Arkansas to watch the press conferences and listen to him speak about the Hogs.
Yeah, he's an entertaining guy. He's a tough guy.
Go Tigers.
He's an old school guy. He is the guy when Hunter Yurachek in his press conference that may lead to him being fired, okay, eventually, and said what he said about Arkansas not being set up to win a national championship.
They're not.
He, where was I going with this?
Coach O, Hunter Yurachek.
Oh, so Hunter said at the end of that press conference, there's a fast lane and there's a slow lane.
Yeah.
And he kind of implied that maybe Arkansas was in the slow lane, but then there was this third lane, this super fast lane that people was operating in. Outside
120 miles an hour.
The spirit of NIL.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Ed Orgeron drives in the third lane in his Ferrari.
Ed Orgeron drives in the fourth lane nobody else knows about.
With the convertible top down.
Yeah.
A couple of cheerleaders hanging out the back.
Yeah.
He ain't got a shirt on.
No.
And he's driving 150.
Yeah.
Okay? And so
Ed Orgeron makes his own lane.
If you want to get into that lane, Ed's the guy
that's your man
that will drive you down that lane fast. And I mean,
in a hurry.
Yeah, and look, and when it's all said and done, I mean, the building may be on fire. Who knows? But it would be a fantastic
You
ride.
would have enjoyed the show. There's no doubt. Yeah. Could you imagine Houston Nutt and Coach O being Houston Nutt being Coach O's boss?
That would be crazy.
That'd be awesome.
Well, here's the deal. If you have a guy like Ed Orgeron, Hunter Yurachek, I mean, Ed Orgeron's all those things wrapped up in one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's a great he was never like a defensive or offensive coordinator or anything like that. I'm not.
He's defense.
But look here, he is a lot smarter than he comes across. You know, he comes across as the big, dumb, goofy
he
guy.
comes across as a very
Sharp.
stupid person to me.
He's sharp as a tack. He knows what he's doing.
He knows players, I tell you that.
He could charm your pants off of you. And so I think we could do a lot worse than Ed Orgeron. And Ed Orgeron he's my wild card out of all this list. You know, there's guys that I would love to have that I don't probably think we could get, like Cignetti. There's guys that I really kind of hope we go after, like John Summerall. I'm still a Bobby Petrino man. If he gets the job, I'm not going to be like on fire thrilled, but I'm going to be like, yeah, let's see if he can do it again. If they hire Coach Orgeron, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna be like, let's see what happens. I mean, this is gonna be crazy.
What's he gonna do? Worse than 2-10? Don't that? I don't think so. Yeah, you want to talk about somebody who's had some good players go through their coaching.
Oh, man. He coached
on the same team.
Michael Orr at Ole Miss.
Yeah,
he coached Joe Burrow. Who all did you say?
On 2019 LSU, Ed Orgeron was the head coach of Joe Burrow,
Boom.
Jamar Chase,
Boom.
and Justin Jefferson
Boom.
on the same team in the same year.
Justin Jefferson.
Leonard Fournette was a great running back. I want to say Nick Chubb, but I'm not entirely sure. But I think
Nick Chubb's a Georgia player.
Okay, I knew he played in the SEC. Yeah. But yeah, Leonard Fournette he's a great running back. I think he's in the NFL. I know that. I don't know what team. I want to say the Browns or something, but or maybe Tampa Bay. But either way. He knows how to get good players.
Yeah, Coach O's my
and he's gonna get the money.
My wild
he gonna
card.
fix your money situation.
Yeah, he'll fix the money situation for sure. He's the guy to come in
just off of views alone. He's gonna get it.
I honestly, if I'm Hunter Yurchek, I'm trying to keep them from firing me and hiring a Houston Nutt or a whoever that's out there. I'm looking at somebody like Orgeron because he can do that job. He's my guy. That he's the face. He's the I'm Yurchek and you're Orgeron, and I'm taking you everywhere. I'm taking you to meet those big boosters and those big sponsors because I ain't got to say nothing. You just meet Coach O.
It's like bringing your real beautiful girlfriend around to everybody and just showing them off. Yeah, that's what he's gonna be doing. He's gonna be getting the money.
Her with him.
Oh yeah, he would. Hunter Yurchek, but is that Orgeron? Ed Orgeron's like this my 24-year-old wife here. But
anyway, so he's my wild card. He's one that I think would be. I mean, I would put him definitely above Gruden, definitely above Gundy, definitely above Mullen. I mean, I'd put him up there in my probably top 3 or 4 at least. No order. I'm saying Lashley, Summerall, Petrino, and Orgeron. That'd be my top 4, and I'd be thrilled with any of those guys.
I like it. Matter of fact, I guarantee I don't. I know for sure I said it. I'm not sure that I said it on the podcast, but I feel like I did. You could probably go back onto one of the podcasts and listen to me say after I had watched him on the Little Rock Touchdown Club talking about
you mentioned
or on the podcast that he wants to get back into coaching, and I said I'd be for it.
Yeah.
So this is not something that I'm foreign to. I would like Coach O to come be a. Could you imagine?
That'd be crazy.
Could you imagine the Arkansas LSU rivalry game, and Coach O is coaching for the Hogs against LSU, and we run them down 63-0, and then we build a statue of Coach O right in front of Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium, since we can't get the name changed.
That's
but
he'd get it changed. It'd be Raising Cane Stadium. They give us $350 million.
Well, Raising Cane's.
This is the statue. It's Coach O out there eating some.
That would be
Cane's.
A good statue. Coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
All right, so that's your top 10.
That's mine.
I've got 3 more people that I'd like to add onto this list.
All right.
And I know that I think next is.
Well, if they're not in this list, and they're not any good, so let's see them.
Oh, well, is that right? I know one of them. I'm not sure who's next. I don't remember what order I put them in. So let's go ahead and see together. Oh, would you look at that? I hate this man with all my heart and all my soul. I can't stand Lane Kiffin.
How you not going to want to hire
He's a
Houston Nutt,
loser.
And you want to hire their current coach just because
Houston Nutt's old and he's out of date. and he probably can't coach anymore.
I ain't wanting to hire him for a coach. Want to hire him for an athletic
I'm
director.
for that. Let's do that.
No, you said no because I hate Ole Miss and blah blah blah.
I hate Ole Miss.
Up the first one. You gonna pull up Ole Miss's current coach?
I'm hiring him from USC. That's what I'm doing.
He got fired from USC for being terrible.
He ain't terrible now. Anyways, I hate Ole Miss and I hate Lane Kiffin. I like winning football games, so this would be somebody I'm for. I would take Lane Kiffin in a heartbeat. He's a great offensive coach. He's his offense is always on fire, always a top 5 in the SEC offense. Trinidad Chambliss looks like the best quarterback in the SEC out of nowhere, so he can get the players. Lane
Kiffin's a terrific coach.
And he'll get the money situation figured out too. Ole Miss is contending right now in the SEC because somehow that povertized state and poverty program with no money, stupid, ugly fans that are literally living in, just the slums. I know what I'm saying. I'm being careful, but just living in the slums that is Mississippi and got that program funded. So he gonna figure it out. He gonna get people excited.
I
like the fact that he is flashy about it. I don't like him, but I like the fact that he's gonna rub it in your face.
Man,
I'm big on that. I'm big on bad sportsmanship. I
wish Lane Kiffin in the press conferences was the Lane Kiffin on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I wish he was as bold.
He's insane online.
Yeah.
Then he gets in these press conferences and he is like Butch Jones. I mean, he is so boring and just so monotone and acts like he's just so weird. But I mean, if we hire Lane Kiffin, I'm going to be on the Lane train.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but
sign me up.
I don't think. So we had a chance to hire him twice. We didn't get it done. I think he's a lot like Malzahn. I don't think we're ever going to hire Lane Kiffin to be the coach at Arkansas.
All right. Next, I do believe, is a guy that you say there's absolutely no chance.
0 chance.
But my guy, Urban Meyer, my man, national championship winner, bitter man. He ruined Florida's program
if we don't hire
before he
Urban
left.
Meyer, let's either hire Nick Saban or Santa Claus, because we've got about the same chance of hiring Nick Saban or Santa Claus.
What does Ohio State
Urban Meyer
have that Arkansas don't?
They're
40 national championships.
Right.
I mean, come on, let's be real here. Urban Meyer has not coached in 9 years. That's my biggest problem.
I've got Urban Meyer's phone number in my phone. Do you want to call him right now and ask him if he would come to Arkansas? What time is it?
1 o'clock in the morning.
He goes to bed at 1. I can't wake him up. Yeah. I'm telling you, though, Urban Meyer would not come to Arkansas.
Florida is not.
He thinks he's too good. I don't think he's too good. He thinks he's too good.
My problem is he's an analyst. So how long has he been? How long he been out of coaching?
I don't know. He could get back in it. He's a top tier coach.
Florida's not that much better. They are.
Here's the jobs,
but they're not that much better than Arkansas.
Here's the jobs Urban Meyer.
We play in the same conference.
He would consider Alabama. He would consider Texas. He wants to be the head coach at Notre Dame. That's about it. Florida, he would maybe take the Florida job back.
Florida wouldn't hire him. I promise you that.
Florida would. If they wouldn't hire him, they're crazy.
They hate Urban Meyer because it's said that Urban Meyer went into the locker room and just made all the players mad and made them leave Florida after he left.
You think Bobby Petrino's hard? That man's hard. He's old school. You'd love him. I mean, I know you do love him.
I don't love him. I don't know him. I know his resume, and I know that he wins national championships.
He's cut of that old cloth. He don't coddle players. He don't like any of that stuff. He's not cut out for this NIL business. There's only a handful of jobs he would consider coming out of coaching retirement for, and I just don't think, as much as I'm high on the Hogs and love the Hogs, I don't think
you're high on the Hogs.
I don't think we're the one.
I think you think that we're Mississippi State.
I think he thinks we're Mississippi State.
My third and final, I really don't even remember who it's going to be. I don't remember who I put on here. I'm trying to think here. I guess we'll find out together. This is a surprise for all of us.
It's going to be great if you don't know, if you don't even recognize
who it is
when the picture comes up. because I remember who it is. And I think
who is that?
He is. I knew you wouldn't know who it was. It's Dillingham from.
Oh yeah, he's Arizona State's coach. Yeah.
Now tell us about him.
So Kenny Dillingham, that's his name.
I don't think it's Kenny.
Kenny Dillingham is the head coach at Arizona State. And I saw this.
I thought it was Kyle, but that's Kyle Whittingham. He's Utah's coach.
So I saw this guy's name on a Facebook post under the Razorback Nation Facebook group, and they're like, Kenny Dillingham. So I looked him up. Turns out he's got Arizona State going to the college football playoff. So I know all about this dude. I'm all on top of the Kenny Dillingham train.
High on Dillingham.
I'm a Dillinhaminite. I'm telling you right now.
You are a Hamite.
You're
a Dillinhamite.
Put him in a job. I don't know anything about this dude. I don't even know if Arizona State's any good. I know that Cam Scatabo is really good. I know that they went to the college football playoffs. And
I think they're a little down this year.
I also know that he might look more dorkish than Drinkwitz. That is a dorky looking dude.
They had a great season last year. I think that they're off to a slow start this year. I may be wrong. He's a good up and coming coach. He just didn't make my list. So, but he's on a lot of other people's lists. So is G.J. Kinney from North Texas.
Blake Baker, I see
Jeff
his
Traylor
name
from UTSA. Blake Baker, which is the
LSU defensive coordinator.
At LSU.
Georgia's defensive coordinator comes up quite a bit.
You know, there's a lot of other guys that's not on the, but you didn't click on the High on the Hog to see what all the other guys are saying. You click on High on the Hogs to see
Coach O.
What I had to say,
coleslaw.
And then some random picture. Sorry, didn't know who it was.
I have no idea who this dude is. I'm telling you right now. Did we ever even? This podcast is in shambles. I don't even know.
I just hope the microphones are on because I ain't doing it again.
We gonna do it again.
Hey, this one's gonna a typical hour and 15.
I was gonna cover it up because I looked over and it blew my mind. I was gonna ask how long you thought we were going because 25 minutes is what I would have said.
The first
I
one,
have so much fun recording these podcasts. We could have been doing this for 2 days and I thought it was 20 minutes.
The first
I'm
one
high
we
on the
recorded,
hogs.
we were on our way to the softball game and we got it done in 20 minutes because we had to. We were late for the softball game.
How did we even? We didn't talk about anything different.
We just elaborated a lot more. I kept us on track.
We went it was a 24-minute podcast. We've added nothing.
Yeah, we've said a lot of extra.
We have added nothing extra other than Kenny Dillingham.
Yeah,
that's the only person.
That's
the only person that we added.
I knew you wasn't going to know who he was when his picture popped up either.
I've never seen that dude's face in my life. But, yeah, so number one, Bobby Petrino for both of us. For me, no doubt about it.
I mean, if I was betting again, I think I'd...
Right now, Bobby Petrino, at the end of the season, get back with me. If not Bobby Petrino, I want Rhett Lashley because I want an Arkansas
I've talked
coach.
myself into Coach Orgeron.
And
I think I'm high on Orgeron.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't want you to say that. I was going to get to that. I was going to say Rhett Lashley would be my number 2. And if we can't get a great up and coming coach, let's turn Arkansas into a Netflix documentary and hire Coach Ed Orgeron.
Yeah, he's the only one. Honestly, you could take my list down to 3. But
Coach O.
Like if we're gonna hire a former head coach,
say it.
I'm gonna say other than Bobby Petrino, Ed's the man.
Ed's the man.
I want to see that. I want to see that Netflix special.
I love it. I love it because the program's in flames. Let's stoke the fire. Pour some gas on it and run through it with your shirt off because Coach O's the man to do it. Yeah. I'll say this: the fan base will be excited. You want to talk about the same way the fan base lost their mind when Bobby Petrino got hired back as the offensive coordinator would be the same way Ed Orgeron.
I think I've already talked myself back in. I forget all these young guys. I either want Coach O 1 or Bobby 2. If Coach O don't throw $10 million at Coach O. If he don't take it, hire Bobby. Let's just do that.
All right. Dream scenario. Coach O as the defensive coordinator. Bobby Petrino as the offensive coordinator. And bring in Nick Saban to be our head coach.
Dream scenario,
and we would win 100 national championships.
Yeah, I'm for that.
Money's not a problem. Give me your head coach, offense coordinator.
Yeah, give me Coach O as the head coach.
Okay.
And Bobby as the OC, and John Summerall as the DC.
Okay.
And man, I'm telling you, we'd win the national championship next year.
We'd clean sweep the schedule.
But I do like Summerall. I think we really need to look at him, and I think I would have him slightly above Rhett Lashley.
I wouldn't do that. I'd have Rhett Lashley.
But I like both of them.
And then I would have, not knowing a lot about him, I know that USF has beat Miami, has beat Florida,
Golish would be
has beat
good pick.
3 top 25 teams. And just hearing what you said about him,
He's trash talk.
if he likes to talk trash and run a score up, that's my kind of guy.
Yeah, we've
Get
talked about some
Golish
good
on the
coaches.
head coach.
We talked about some trash coaches. Gus Malzahn, Lane Kiffin.
I'm going to spend 4 hours trying to thumbnail this because I want to put Coleslaw at Orgeron on the front of it.
Yeah.
I want to put him on the front.
Yeah.
So
gotta be
we're going to have to figure something out. But we're going to have a lot of editing, a lot of different stuff.
I'm melting.
As always, the podcast is sponsored by, let's flip back over here, get our.
Oh, you just give people all kinds of.
Whiplash.
What is it when you have a stroke? Not a stroke.
Epilepsy. Seizure. As always, today's episode is sponsored by Shelter Insurance John Dillinger Agency, licensed out of Tennessee, Arkansas, and Missouri. If you need farm insurance, we got you.
Gotcha.
If you need home insurance, we got you. If you need life insurance, we got you. If you need home, health, farm, life, auto, annuities, we got you. And if you need a big enough annuity, we'll get licensed in Bahrain. We don't care. We'll figure it out.
In West Dakota.
We'll figure it out. So, so we're your shield, we're your shelter, John Dillinger Agency. I don't know what number it is, but you can text it.
870-578-5900. You can call, you can text. You send me a text at midnight, I'll see it. I'll holler.
We're recording this podcast at 1:30 in the morning.
That's right.
You send a text and it's a good enough a deal, we'll get back to you.
I'm gonna get you quoted. I'll take care of you. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Your insurance is only valuable when you need to use it. Any other time, it's just a bill. Mm-hmm. But when you need to use your insurance,
you're gonna get money.
I am
from Shelter Insurance Dillinger Agency.
Let me handle this stuff before you say stuff that's gonna get me in legal trouble. We're gonna take care of you as a company, and I'm gonna take care of you as an agent. And that's my promise to you. All right.
All right. As always, thank you all. God bless.
Jesus saves.
And go Hogs.
Go Hogs.
Woo pig, baby.